So we're starting a new segment. We're giving y'all daily NBA recaps now over here at the IDK Hoop channel. Leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'm gonna just get straight into it. The Lakers played their in season tournament group game against the Phoenix Suns. Got off to a slow start once again, which has been the case this whole season. LeBron was really funny calling us the Pittsburgh Steelers because, in a sense, that kind of is the case. We haven't gotten off to a convincing start in any regular season game so far this season, at least none that I've seen. We've given up a lot of first quarter points. I think they said something, the announcement team said something about us giving 60 points constantly in the first half of games. It's just been rough starts to the games this season. You would like for that to improve. I feel like, though, defensively, we stepped up in the second half. I like the performance that Cam Reddish gave the Lakers. Hit his spot up threes. Knocked down the corner shot when it mattered most this time around. I think execution for 4 quarters is going to be pivotal for this team moving forward. It's great to see that they have the spirits to come back into games and answer with runs when it matters most, but you would like for us to grasp games, especially if they're not going to have Devin Booker out there. No Devin Booker means that we should have probably had control of this game if we're going to be the contending team we aspire to be. Anthony Davis had a rough first half, really the rough 3 quarters before he got it going in the fourth. D'Lo did a good job making sure he was involved in the game despite the rough start that he had. Got him some pretty good looks. If D'Lo can command the offense like how he did in the second half and score a little bit, I mean, defensively he's got to step it up, but he's okay as a rotational guy. The decision to bench Austin Reeves, I'm not sure how long that will last. Cam Reddish was just really good the other day. He knocked down his shots when it mattered, so I'm obliged to say that it was a good adjustment for the short term, but long term, Austin probably has to start. But there's a problem with our front court where D'Lo and Austin Reeves give up a lot of points, and opposing guards just lick their chops against them. It's not very ideal for a contending team to have such a problem with perimeter defense to where we got to play the other guys like Cam Reddish, and we desperately need Vanderbilt back. But at the same time, it's good to see that the team still has the resilience and the wherewithal to come back into games. Christian Wood gave us decent minutes off the bench again. He's been a solid acquisition this year. He's probably been the best one so far. Moving forward, I mean, I'm always complain about Anthony Davis needing to get on that block more and asserting himself and being aggressive. I feel as though he bailed the Suns out a lot of the time, settling for those mid-range looks. But he's still really good at basketball, so he still found a way to impact the game. And he's still going to be defensively stifling for opposing teams. So if we can get guys like Cam Reddish to lock down the perimeter like how he did, then that's fine. I thought the Suns played a good first half, but ultimately their depth just showed to be fragile when it mattered most. Like I had explained before, a lot of those guys are like one-dimensional pieces, so they really need their core to play a lot of these games. They need Bill, Booker, and KD out there as much as possible to offset a lot of these weaknesses that showcased itself last night, for example, and pretty much for the Suns' wacky season. It's good to see KD out there being aggressive. He played a phenomenal game. Bradley Beal was getting buckets as well, so it's good to see that he's still in the groove of things, and hopefully he can stay healthy. But ultimately, the Suns do have a depth problem. They need a guard out there, especially when guys like Booker and Beal aren't there. They need somebody to slow the gang down for them. They turn the ball over a lot, and Vogel has addressed the absurd amount of turnovers that team generates in post-game conference. You would hope that this team would be a little bit more disciplined in executing, but like I said, a lot of those players are one-dimensional. Akoki was missing a lot of shots. Bates Diop doesn't really offer much on the offensive side of things for you. Can space the floor out a little bit, but he's not going to put the ball down or create anything. He's not that good at attacking the rim either. It's just a bunch of players that are cool. Grayson Allen's cool in his role, but again, not somebody that you want making decisions with the rock. Eric Gordon's of age now, so a lot of the things he does do is a little bit on the wash side of things. I don't think Eric Gordon is that great of a basketball player these days. Due to age and injury history and things of that nature, and really shot selection, it's not really that beneficial for this team at this point, well, at least so far. He's had a couple of good games when Book and Beal were out, but I think that's just due to volume as opposed to high execution on his end. He's got to be better. Not much to take away from this, though. I think for both teams, they're still trying to figure it out, and it's early in the season. So aside from what actually transpired, I don't think this is really telling for the Phoenix Suns quite yet. Nor do I think it's telling for the Lakers. If I'm not mistaken, both teams are below 500 to this point. And I do expect both of them to see a change in that. I expect win streaks from both of the teams moving forward. Especially when the Suns are healthy. Especially when we're healthy. Because we don't have our depth. We don't have our core guys that would be in the rotation. Like Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt. These are guys that are missing from the rotation. So we'll see. But that's my takes on the Lakers Suns. Thank y'all for tuning in.